God of heaven, Lord, you are God of the sea. We lift our voice up together. We lift our voice up to thee. Why do the nations rage and the peoples plot vain things? Kings of the earth take their stand. They're against the Lord and
hold that for me for a second?
Yeah, I know.
They'll blow away if you don't. Thank you.
God's a holy God. He wants you to stop your sin.
You think the water not only to follow him just because of those things?
So you can stop these sins. That's how you follow him. If you're only holy, you're not following the right God. Our God is holy. He hates sin. He's angry with the wicked every day, the Bible says. You need to stop your sinning. Be forsaken, follow him. Why? They jumped 100 stories in their peril. They couldn't even comprehend the thought of being burned alive. Yeah, people, you don't understand. If you're a sinner, you die in your sin. You go to hell and burn forever. No exit out of hell, no relief, just burn forever. Is that really where you want to go? You know, if you love yourself, you'll stop your sins. If you love yourself, you'll follow Christ and trust in Him. He's the only atonement for sins. The only way a sinner can be forgiven of their sins is by trusting in Christ. He shed His blood for them. Now, do you have a serious question, young man?
I mean, probably not, but still. If all these people are going to hell to do that, then that's where I want to be. I don't want to be in heaven.
Oh, no. You got it. It's not a party place, sinner. It's not a party. There's not a bar there. It's not the naked girls for you to fornicate with. Not the way it works. No pornography in hell. No masturbation in hell. Just torment. Torment. That's all there is. No, there's no fun place. There's no death there with glory. Who's red with pitchfork in your tail. Who's ruling over hell. Let's have a party. No, it's not the way hell is. There's no party. You'll be in your own little personal hell alone. Forever and ever and ever.
And I'll enjoy it.
No, you won't. You'll be in misery. You know your most miserable thing will be.
You know Jack Oliver had a thing?
I shoot this in a conversation. Sinner, I stopped it. I used to do a lot of things, but I stopped it. I'm married. I'm happily married. Yeah, so I can have sex. If you want sex, go get married. Have holy sex. Otherwise, your sex is sinful.
Did you wait till marriage?
No, I didn't.
Then you're a sinner too.
No, I stopped it. Here's the
I'll stop the day before I die and call it a day.
Everyone here has sinned. Who here hasn't sinned? Anybody? Anyone never sinned? Oh, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. Who believes man has never sinned before? Yeah, you're all liars.
I'm not looking at this guy.
You homosexual, you quit it. Stop it. Stop being abnormal. Be what God meant you to be. Heterosexual. The fact of the matter is, I used to be a lot of things. I used to be a drunkard, a fornicator. What's that?
Were you ever gay?
No, I was not. Praise the Lord, I never became that dumb. I didn't want to become that. I was normal. The fact of the matter is, no matter how many sins you have committed, no matter how heinous your sin has been in the past, God can forgive you.
What about blasphemy?
What's that?
Blasphemy?
But what is blasphemy? Is it going on YouTube and saying, I deny the Holy Spirit, and recording and uploading for everybody to see? No, it's not what blasphemy is. Blasphemy is when it comes to the point of reprobation, when there's no longer any hope for you. God's done everything He can to reach out to you, and you rejected to the point where there's nothing else God can do for you. But the fact of the matter is, no matter how many sins you committed in the past, God is willing and able to forgive you. through the atonement of his Son, Jesus Christ, through his shed blood on the cross. Eternal life can't be earned. You'll never deserve it. I still deserve to go to hell because of my past sins. You'll never deserve it. But God offers you a gift through his Son, Jesus Christ. And if you reject it, you reject it to your own detriment. You're rejecting the only thing that can save you. The only thing that forgives you and gives you eternal life. Why will you do that? Why will you go off to hell when God offers you life? Why do you go off to hell when God offers you salvation and forgiveness?
Maybe 17.
Okay.
They can be, yes. But none of us should be forgiven. No matter if it's a white lie, we shouldn't be forgiven. But God offers forgiveness, yes. We don't deserve it. We never will deserve it. Yeah, God offers rapists, murderers, fornicators, porn watchers, monosexuals, homosexuals. God offers them all. We have to stop it. Let me tell you this, friend. You can't have your sin and have my Savior at the same time. Christ will either be your Lord or he'll be your judge. Either he's Lord, he's ruling and reigning in your life, you're obeying him, or he'll be your judge in the end, you'll be condemned to hell. There's no in between. People say, well, I accepted Jesus in my heart as my personal Savior. Well, are you living for him? Christ is to come live in your left atrium or your right ventricle, okay? He's going to be Lord of your life, or he'll be your judge. Those are your only two options. There's no in between. So if you say you're a Christian, but you're living like the devil, guess what? You're only fooling yourself. You're not fooling anybody if you're around you. Full hypocrisy in a second. And you're definitely not fooling God, who sees everything you do, everything you think, everything you say. God knows it. You're not fooling God. Christ said, if you will call me Lord, Lord, you must obey me. Say, why do you say you love me, but you will not obey me? If you love Christ, you will obey him. The Bible says, this is how we know that we know him. If we keep his commandments. He who says, I know him, but not keep his commandments, a liar, and the truth is not in him. So yeah, you must obey God. You must obey Christ. Otherwise, there's no forgiveness for you. No salvation for you.
It's not even a linear algebra.
So we have the fornicators, any drunkards here? Yeah. What's your favorite thing to drunk on, drunkards? Raisins. Yeah. Punky or something like that? What's that? You ruin yourself. Right here on campus? Oh, you can't say that, okay. But I used to drink the Buzz Hummer in the Miller Low Life and the Milwaukee's Worst when I was 4. I used to drink those things. Let's be honest, Budweiser doesn't make you wiser. It makes you dumber. You burn brain cells. You sleep people you don't even know, wake up next to them. It's funny. Then you wake up with an STD. You don't think it's funny anymore. You're itching down there. It doesn't go away. That's what you think, sinner. But when you get the crabs, it doesn't go away. That's right. AIDS does not go away. You might end up next to a man. You might get AIDS. You won't think it's funny then. You won't think it's funny then. And then you'll have fornication and drunkard and monosexual and homosexuality against you. 3 strikes are out.
I already have it.
I thought you just drink wine.
Yeah, what's your point?
If you have a problem with alcohol.
I don't have a problem with alcohol. I have a problem with those who are drinking alcohol. The drunkards. The drunkards. Not those who are drinking, those who get drunk. That's the problem. You have no self-control. Have some self-control. What's that?
So is 1 beer fine?
I don't know. I mean, if you're probably weigh 75 to 100 pounds, it probably isn't okay to drink 1 beer.
So drunkenness is dependent on a person? So you're saying I should
Yeah, depending on how it affects you. That's right. But you know what? Jesus didn't drink beer. Jesus drank wine. Who here drinks wine?
Right here.
Oh, you liars. You big fat liars. You drink wine. You drink beer. You drink tequila. You drink wine, Coke. You don't drink wine. You drink beer.
We used to be just like
You know,
that.
if you're going to drink
That's how we know.
wine,
We used to be just like them. That's how we know.
most people drink want to get drunk off. But Christ didn't affirm doing a beer bong or doing a keg stand. Christ did not approve of that. Christ denounced those things. Denounced getting drunk. Because you don't have self-control. So God commands you to stop it. And you must stop it. If you love your beer that much, then you're going to hell for it. There's something wrong with you. I used to be a drunk. I was puking my guts.
Nobody was there but me and God.
I had a headache the next morning. What's that?
Can you email me any questions you got?
Yeah, what?
Let's see in the Bible where it says you go to hell for drinking.
I said for being a drunkard.
For judging people.
For drunkard. For being a drunkard, you go to hell. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1. Those drunkards shall inherit the kingdom of God. The Bible says. You don't have to like it. It's the truth. The Bible does not say you go to hell for judging. Show me where it says that.
Hey,
no, this isn't hate. This is love. What's that? I didn't even say anything about you about judging. Judging isn't wrong. The fact that you're judging me, you're judging my judging. You judgmental hypocrite, stop it.
Okay, you do.
You're judging my judging. You're being a hypocrite. You know, but the Bible doesn't say you can't judge. It says you can't judge hypocritically. So he's doing the very thing the Bible condemns. You can't judge according to appearance, but you can't judge. And when you tell me that I'm judging, you're judging my judging, you hypocrite. So stop judging my judging. You're being hypocritical. I say it's okay to judge, you say that you judge my judging. That's called hypocrisy. But the Bible is for judging. It's against certain kinds of judging, but it's also for certain kinds of judging. You shouldn't judge according to appearance. Like if I assume that one of these guys over here, like that guy, if I assume that he was a homosexual, like a girl, that would be unrighteous judgment. That would be unrighteous judgment.
If I was a homosexual, I'd be with you.
So you wouldn't, sinner. You wouldn't be in the sex. I have a wife that I love. I would never be an abomination like that. But if I assume that, that'd be unrighteous. But he said, I'm a homosexual. Out of the mouth comes overflow the heart. Now you say, well, you're a homosexual, you're going to hell for it.
What if I think you're booty?
What's that?
What if I think you're booty?
You just be right, that's all. Nothing wrong with that. And so, you know, if I judge unrighteously, that's wrong. If I when I got drunk last night and condemned drunkards, that's called hypocritical judgment. I shouldn't judge that way. But God commands you to judge. The fact that you're at a university right now, studying and learning, means you're judging every single day on certain things. You make judgment calls all day, every day.
So if you call somebody a liar, is that judging?
If I know they're lying, it's not judging.
So everybody that raised their hand for drinking wine, you immediately called them a liar. That's not...
I didn't call everyone liars.
Oh, yeah, you did. Liars! Oh, yeah.
I didn't say everyone was a liar. No, when I saw everyone with their hands up, how many hands were up? I said, you guys are liars, is what I said. That's a general statement. And I know some of you probably were lying. You probably were. And four hands up for wine, beer, NCC, you guys are lying. I know NCC a little better than that. I've been here enough times. There's a lot more beer drinkers here than wine drinkers. So somebody is lying. I know about you guys. I'm not a fool. I've been here before. There's plenty of beer drinkers here. And so if I judge unrighteously, that's wrong. But if you judge righteously, then it's okay. Yeah, so you should judge righteously. Yeah, so if you're a drunkard, you're on your way to hell. Are there any homosexuals here? Anybody?
Yeah, good.
How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know you're a homosexual? You know what they do in private? You know what they do? It's filthy. You know they actually put a piece up an anus? That's disgusting. That's not what it was made for. That is not what it was made for. No, if I took a hole's a hole, so stick it in your ear then, or stick it up your nose. A hole's a hole, right? A hole's a hole, right? Yeah, I mean, let's take a piece of pizza and stick it up your nose. Oh, that feels good. That's what the nose is made for. No, your nose will not. Oh, if it feels good, you'll do it? Go give it a try then, sinner. What are you waiting for? Go get a piece of pizza and stick it up your nose. I want to see it.
It doesn't feel good.
How do you know? Have you tried it?
Yes.
Yeah, see? That's what's going on.
I was drunk.
We know. So, now this must be interest for food, not for a penis. For food. So that's wrong too. Oral sex is wrong. What? It's sinful. Oh. Yeah, I know you don't like that, but too bad. Yeah, homosexuality is wrong. Oral sex is wrong. Mono sex is wrong. What's that? What the hell is mono sex?
Yeah, you tell me. Did God design it for that?
Well, I don't have room for every sin on here.
God designed holy sex inside of man for procreation. You could never make a baby inside of a woman's mouth. It wasn't designed to go in her mouth. Might feel good, doesn't change the truth.
The horrible things in the past. No, I stopped this sinner. I'm not hypocrite. I stopped it. Can you not do it when you're married? What's that? No, that's what it's for. Why would you do that to your wife? No, why would you do that to her? Why does she like it? She before she got married? She might like it. Oh, that's a problem already. Yeah, not made for that. That's meant to inject food. Food. Filthy. That's wicked. Now, if you really want to have sex within God's boundaries. Holy matrimony. One male.
Amen.
What's that? I sure know. Oh, as many children as God will give us. I'm going to populate this world with street preachers so all you sinners can hear the gospel.
Amen. Amen.
Are your children, sir? You have your Bible? I've got a quote I want you to read out loud to all of us.
Oh, let's look. What do you want me to quote?
6 through 5, or Matthew 6, 5 through 7, where it says, "Don't preach on the street corners."
No, sinner.
Where it says,
no,
do not preach
prayer, sinner. Prayer.
Prayer is not preaching, is not prayer?
Oh, it's not.
Praying is talking to God. Preaching is talking to sinners. You're not God. So you may think you're a God sinner, but you're not God. I'm not praying to you. I'm preaching to you, sinner. I know where you're coming at. I've heard that excuse before. Try to use an excuse to stop me from my preaching with my own Bible. The Bible commands me to go and declare the gospel to all creation. And guess what? You're a part of creation, sinner, so I'm going to declare
creation.
So what? God created you, whether you believe it or not. You're not a product of evolution over millions of years where it's goo to zoo to you. No,
So how old is the Earth?
How old do you think it is?
Probably a couple billion years
How
old.
do you know that?
Well, science generally
Well,
tells
how
us
does
that.
science know that? What science
Usually
there?
sets of experiments, you know, not a book.
How do you
written by an individual.
experiment how old the Earth is? Were you there? Carbon dating! Were you there? Carbon dating! Were you there, sinner?
Have you ever carbon dating? Have you ever taken even a high school biology class?
Yeah, I sure have.
Did you pass?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yeah. Are you assuming everything in a science book is true?
I would say it's much
How do you know that?
Well, usually experiments and
Hold on a second.
dating and things like that, not one book written by a couple individuals that
No,
have
hold
no
on a
basis on any
second.
evidence.
Hold on a second. The Bible's written by over 40 individuals. Or 50 years. How do you know that? And how many people wrote this textbook?
How many people wrote a textbook?
So the book is written by more people and makes it more accurate, right? Is that what you're saying?
Probably, yeah.
How do you know that? You don't know anything. The fact of the matter is, you don't know anything your science is true about the origins. The science is not dealing with origins. The science wasn't there. People weren't there. It's just fake. Your evolution and just fake religion, created, and your time and chance, and they'll damn you to hell in the end. You're trying to say
So people were there when everything was created, right? So you can go find me the Garden of Eden where all that happened.
You ever heard Noah's flood?
So Noah's flood wiped it all
It
out.
wiped out everything. They destroyed the whole world, sinner. You might not like it, but the flood destroyed it before, and guess what? God's wrath is coming next time. No flood next time. God's fire. And if you're not prepared, you'll be in big trouble with God. Yeah, the flood is a warning for you. The flood is a warning for all of you. That God's judgment is against sin. That God hates sin, and His wrath comes down against sin.
Not every one of those groups, or not everyone, but most of those religious groups on there do not also preach against sin. So you're preaching against the groups who preach against sin.
No, they don't all preach against sin.
I would say that
Hindus believe sin's an illusion.
Jehovah's Witness, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus. I would say most of them also argue against sinning. So you're arguing against those who argue
I'm
against
sure I'm
sinning.
against them. They have no atonement for sin. They have no for their salvation.
No one has atonement for sin.
You can't live for your salvation. Salvation is a gift given to you by God through Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the only one who made atonement for sin. The only substitute for sinners going to hell forever was Jesus Christ. Yeah, all these religions are wrong. They're wrong. Jesus' doctrine says that Jesus is Michael the archangel incarnate in the flesh.
No, we don't believe that.
So what do you believe in?
That Jesus is the Son of God.
Right? Is he eternal?
I mean, I guess so.
No, has he always existed?
I would think so. I don't know, but we don't. I mean, I don't go to church every week, but I know I've never heard anyone say that Jesus.
Well, every Jehovah's Witness I've ever talked to, and I studied their doctrine, except for this one, who claims to be a Jehovah's Witness, tells me that Jesus is the Michael the archangel in the flesh. He's a created being, not an eternal part of the Godhead.
Have you ever been to the Kingdom Hall?
I don't have to. I talked to witnesses to go to the Kingdom Hall. I don't have to go. They wouldn't let me in anyway.
Were they in field service? Were they come to your house? What do you mean they wouldn't let you?
And they wouldn't let you in the service.
It's not true.
If I tell them that I'm a Bible-believing Christian, they would let me in there.
You can just walk up there and go. It's a church. It's open to everybody.
Yeah, so
Temple's not open.
people I've talked to, that's what they tell me, and that's what the Jehovah's Witness doctrine says. You go to the Jehovah's Witness website, and they'll tell you the same thing.
I don't know if you heard, but I gotta go to hell. I gotta go to hell.
Well, you don't have to go to hell, sinner. You can stop your sinning. Stop being an idolater.
She just showed you that you don't have any idea what you're talking about. She just showed you don't have any idea what you're talking about. So
One example of a Jehovah's Witness in an open-air crowd refutes everything I've heard from every Jehovah's Witness? I don't think so. That's the way it works. Yeah, so because she said it means
What
true.
seminary did you go to?
Because I have to go to seminary.
So you shouldn't actually have to learn this from someone who probably knows more than you. You shouldn't go to classes to learn more.
I can't read the Bible for myself.
You can't
What
have
a
anyone
novel
else help
concept!
explain it to you.
Read the Bible for yourself? I need someone to teach me to do that. The Bible says about Christians, you don't need a teacher.
You don't need a teacher.
That's right.
You don't need to learn. You
No, I didn't say you don't need to
learn
learn.
more.
I said you don't need a teacher. You don't need a physical person to teach you anything. You can read the Bible for yourself. Is your mind good enough you can read the Bible and
Is
learn
my
what
mind
it's
open
saying?
enough to hear other people's explanations of things besides my one way that I want to see it? Not the way that maybe other people in other sects believe.
So you're open to Christianity then?
I'm open to all religions.
Oh, so
yes.
stop your sinning and follow Christ.
I said I'm open to all religions.
Well, that's the problem. If you guys have an open mind like a sewer, touch everything in, you're going to pollute your mind. The only reason to have an open mind is this, to finally close it on the truth. And once you've found the truth, there's no reason to have an open mind anymore. I mean, I'm not open to 2 + 2 = 5. I'm not open to 2 + 2 = 3. It equals 4.
That has nothing to do with
Yeah, I'm talking about the
religious
truth.
theory.
And the fact of the matter is, Christ's the only way to the Father. The fact of the matter is, He's the only one that can save you and forgive you and redeem you from your sins. The one who can cleanse you of your sin is Jesus Christ. And I know that's the truth. Not an opinion. It's not what I think is the truth. I know it's the truth. How do you know? And therefore I don't have to serve that these other religions.
You should really go talk to someone who is like, maybe has a PhD in, theology
Why
or
would I
something
do
like
that?
that.
Why would I do that?
Maybe they can help explain a few things that you don't understand.
And so I'm sure you can help me understand it, right?
I don't have to know. I'm not a theology major. I don't know that
So
kind of
how
stuff.
do you know what I know isn't true?
How do I? Because you're making blatant statements about other religions that are
I know about them
blatantly
that are
wrong.
true. No, there are true.
You've just said that Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons don't believe in Jesus Christ. We've just shown
They're
you
wrong
that they do.
Jesus from the Bible. They don't have to use the Bible. You can call cocaine Jesus. You have the wrong Jesus if you want to call it that. The Jesus of the Bible is the eternal Son of the Godhead.
So which version of the Bible do you believe in? Which version of the Bible do you read?
I read New King James Version.
New King James. So the edited version, the version that was edited.
When did I say edited, sinner?
Where does it take a history class? There was an original, the original version written in Greek.
I was.
Then later it was edited by King James. So
Wait a minute, sinner. Wait a minute, sinner. King James didn't touch the Bible. You didn't learn history class. He didn't touch the Bible. He didn't touch the Bible.
Yes, he did.
Scholars translate the Bible from Latin into English.
So you think that the version that was Latin, so it was Greek and Latin, is the version that you're reading?
Well, I have the Greek and Hebrew manuscripts on my computer at home. And I know Greek, and I I know Hebrew. So yes, it's the same Bible I'm reading.
It's been edited multiple times.
Give me an example.
Recently
Give me an
by
example.
King
One
James.
example. Give me one example then.
Of it being edited by
That's
King
right.
James?
Give me one example.
All right. I don't have to go. I don't know.
Oh, you know an example. That's the problem.
The Bible is messed up. You know what I'm saying? Messed up, sinner.
Look at the original one. Look at the original Bible versus the King James version.
I have Greek and Hebrew on my computer at home.
I have porn on my computer at home.
I've read them.
What you need to do is go back and go buy an old school Bible. One of the ones that was written in Greek or Hebrew, as you say. It's probably going to be most closely related to the Catholic Bible of today.
Wrong. The Catholic Bible today, not even the Catholic Bible, but the Protestant Bible.
It hasn't been edited by King
The
James.
Catholic Bible has more books than the Old Testament. That's it.
I don't believe that's true.
You make a faulty claim with nothing to back
Judge,
up.
would you like
About
me to
the
just
Dead
look
Sea
this
Scrolls.
stuff off and hand it to you?
Nothing to back
What about
up.
the Dead
The
Sea
Bible
Scrolls?
has lots of contradictions, but back up it.
Dead Sea Scrolls. Why did they throw out the Dead Sea Scrolls?
It's a sphere. It's a sphere.
But it says circle in the King James version.
But the Hebrew word is a sphere.
That's an example of a machine.
What about the Dead Sea Scrolls?
I wasn't changed. I can go to Hebrew and see what it said.
I wish I knew what it was changed.
It was not changed. It was not changed. The same word. So not an example of a contradiction there.
You really need to go to a public library and look at different versions of the Bible.
That's the book of Isaiah. That example of a sphere. There to be a sphere. Now, how do you know that? Can you go into outer space and look at the earth?
Maybe they didn't have another word.
No. How do you know the earth is a sphere?
I don't know.
That's it. He knew somebody. Isaiah knew somebody. God. Who in the earth had a sphere. That's how he knew it was a sphere. You need to feed yourself. That's wrong with you, God. The only way to claim that thousands of years ago by knowing the God who revealed it to him. Why didn't he an astronaut in outer space look at the earth? There's no way for him to know that.
I'm pretty sure that they didn't figure out that the world was a globe by astronauts. I'm pretty
Why
sure.
did God reveal things like germ theory? Like, so they would have said medicine better.
He did reveal something about medicine. The Old Testament said, wash your hands in running water. They knew if you wash it,
Say that.
in the Old Testament, and if you wash it, I don't have the reference on hand. It's in there. I can show it to you. But the fact of the matter is it was in there. If you would have obeyed it, they wouldn't have had germs like you do now. Yeah, so they washed their hands. The Bible also says that the life. Well, of course it's biased. They're quoting the truth from Jesus' mouth himself. So they're not going to lie about what Jesus said. They're going to be biased to the truth. That's what Jesus said about himself in John 14:6. I am the way, not one of the ways. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. Guess what? Christian is dead in the grave. He's in hell right now. Christian lies in the grave. Jesus rose from the grave. I'm so sorry, sir. Tell me again. I have my back straight.
Jonathan, you gonna be here?
Yeah, I'll watch this.
Yeah, thanks, appreciate it. Good stuff.
Well, the Bible itself proves back to your head.
Sin, no porn. Just God.
What's your action? That's called circular reasoning, young man.
Yeah, it is.
Logic? Logic. You're not being consistent. The only proper foundation, the only
I'm being
proper...
consistent. You are not. You're using logic to tell me that I can't use logic.
No, I'm saying that if you're using foundation for logic. Are you an atheist?
It's ridiculous, yeah.
So you believe you're a band of chemicals put together over a random process over millions of years?
No. No, I don't.
You don't believe in evolution? You think you're
I believe in evolution.
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah, it's put together by God, a logical being who gave me logic. But you have no right to believe in logic. You're just a higher form animal. Animals don't have logic.
I have no right to believe.
You're a higher form animal. You're just a bad chemicals put together by chance. Who says your chemicals are working properly? Maybe your chemicals are fine. What you really think is logic is really illogic.
Doesn't make any sense for me to go on.
Wait, what is sense? What is sense?
Doesn't make any sense.
You're using logic once again. You have no foundation for logic.
You've used logic several times.
I have a right to use logic. I have in the beginning God who gave me logic.
He has a right to use logic.
Yeah.
Okay, so God gave you
Anybody who doesn't believe in God can't use logic.
Imperfect thing. What are you talking about?
Logic is imperfect.
Logic is perfect. Yeah, logic is perfect. It's like, for example, the law of non-contradiction says A can't be non-A. Do you believe in that? Okay. No. What? Are you an atheist? No. Buddhist? No. What are you? Hindu. Okay. So you believe in like millions of gods then?
I have one God that I pray to.
What about all the other millions of ones?
They're demigods. They don't matter as nearly as much as the absolute God.
Is that wait? All Hindus believe that?
No.
So there actually could be a God above your God.
I believe that God has many names, just as somebody might call you father, husband, anything. God has many, many other names.
So that God could be the plastic cup you're holding right there.
Well, if I believe it to be maybe, but I don't think so.
So how do we determine when is the real God?
You determine what is
Is it
God.
subjective?
Well, yeah, God is it's a personal belief. It has to be.
Yeah, but if you believe God is one thing, and this man believes God is something else, you can't both be right. That's the law of non-contradiction. If you're both wrong, only one of you's right. You can't both be right. That's just logic. So for you to be a Hindu, you're not even using logic. You're being illogical by believing this God's prayer, this God over here believes this God is prayer, this God is saying all the same thing. That's illogical. You're not even using logic within your own religion.
I don't understand your logic. I don't understand logic.
You're being illogical. But the fact of the matter is, logic itself is an immaterial thing. If you're an atheist, you probably believe in empiricism. I know what I know through my five senses. But you can't even prove empiricism, which is an idea, with empiricism.
No, I can't.
So your whole foundation...
All right. I can't prove empiricism, but I can't prove the theory of gravity either. Look, all right, it dropped. It doesn't mean that the next time I pick up my lighter and I drop it, it's going to happen. I can't prove anything because it's fucking science. Science, you can't prove definitively anything at all. You can't.
My point
That's
exactly.
the point of science.
My point
is that we
exactly.
revise things
Now you're
and they don't
assuming
work.
by using science or empiricism, first of all, like you said, you can't prove it's empiricism because it's an idea. So the very foundation for all truth you receive into your worldview
is
faulty.
Yes.
It's faulty at best.
Faulty.
But you're assuming...
How is it faulty?
You're assuming...
All you're saying is that it's an
I'm going to
idea
tell you why it's faulty. You're
Show me why
assuming...
it's false.
You're assuming your five senses are working properly.
Yes.
Not only that, you're assuming the uniformity of nature.
Yeah.
You're assuming... So how do you know that nature is uniform?
I don't.
So then you have no foundation for believing in anything.
How do you know that God exists?
What's that?
How do you know that God exists?
That's sure proof.
You're supposed to answer the same way that I did.
Listen,
you don't, because really,
no, I
have
do
you
know.
experienced God
I
with
do
any of
know.
your senses?
Oh yes,
Or
I
ones
know.
That work
I
for you
do know.
because you believe
There's
in
sure
God?
proof that the Christian God exists and He's the only God. No, not the Bible, sinner. No, not the Bible. It is the fact of the impossibility of the contrary. I can't make sense anything here unless the Christian God exists.
Bullshit. That's total bullshit.
Wrong. The only proper precondition, the only proper foundation for empiricism, for believing your five senses, is the Christian God.
All right. Well, then how the fuck did like? All right. By the way, the argument that you're using came from. Oh God, what's his name? The argument about not being able to trust your senses. That was Dante. I want to say. I can't remember.
Negation is something that is not necessary.
But anyway, the point is that he used this argument and he didn't believe in the same God you do. He didn't.
I don't know what you're talking about. I give an argument from him.
He doesn't know who he's talking about.
The only two consistent worldviews out there are infinite skepticism and the Christian worldview. The only two options you have, you're going to be consistent. Now you can be an infinite skeptic if you want to. You don't have to trust in your five senses.
How did anybody trust their senses before Christianity?
They're being inconsistent.
How How did they trust their senses before Christianity? They couldn't. They didn't have your axiom.
No, the God of Christianity is the same God in the Garden of Eden in the beginning.
Okay.
So people back then were smart enough to know that God exists, and He gave them a logic, He gave them intelligence.
All right, what about Zeus, Poseidon? How about, I don't know, I mean, let's just go down the line and list off all these other gods that everybody else believed in, and yet they still got things done because they can still trust that their hands work.
Because they're being inconsistent. See, that's the point I'm trying to make. You're not getting it. You're assuming. You assume these things. But you don't have the proper preconditions, the proper foundation.
I don't need one.
Yeah, you do.
I think therefore I am.
Assumption.
I think therefore I am. That is my precondition.
Who said you're thinking working properly?
I can't.
So maybe you're thinking wrongly.
For all I know, I'm going to be 500 miles away. But I don't give a shit.
That's my point. You're being consistent now. You don't know anything.
And it doesn't matter. I don't. Yes, I don't. You're in violation.